like a little meat blanket. Hey everybody, I am making mapo豆腐 today, so let me just go through the ingredients. So I have 3 little stalks of green onion all chopped up here, 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. I press the garlic so then it infuses better into the sauce. Onion, this is half an onion, finely chopped. Ginger, some black beans. This is the brand that we use. We like to soak it a little bit in water first. The chili bean sauce, 九州style chili crisp oil. We've got soy sauce, so 2 types. This is the light premium soy sauce. And then we also have some sesame oil. And then this is optional at the end. You can put this Sichuan pepper oil at the end to make it a little bit nummy spice. Editing Jocelyn here. Sorry, there's also meat and tofu, which is the star of the show, so don't forget that. Okay, so first we are going to turn the pan on to medium-high heat. Okay, once the pan is hot, we're gonna add a bit of your cooking oil. I have avocado oil here. I'm also gonna mix it with a bit of sesame oil. And then we're just gonna move it around the pan. And we're gonna go and fry our ginger. Just gonna turn it down a little bit. So once that ginger is in, after around 30 seconds or so, we're gonna put in our onion. Next, we're gonna put in the ends of the green onion, just the white parts. We're gonna leave the rest for garnishing. And then we're gonna put in our garlic. Okay, so next I've just strained the black beans, and I'm gonna drop it in with all the rest of the ingredients. Now, sometimes I like to squish the black beans a little bit just to release the flavor. Just like that. You can chop it if you like. I'm gonna put in the chili bean sauce. I'm just gonna put a little bit because part of this is gonna be to feed our daughter, so we don't want it too spicy yet. Just fry all these ingredients together. And it's starting to smell really, really good. Okay, so you can still keep mashing the black beans with your spatula here. It's okay if some of them are still whole beans. I kind of like that texture. Okay, so next we're gonna put in our pork. Just try and break it apart in the pan. So at this point, I like to add a bit of salt and pepper. And it's also okay to let it sit on the pan for a little bit. Let the moisture come out. Make sure your pan is still on medium-high heat. You can move it around. And you feel like the meat is starting to brown. Alright, so you'll see some liquid come out, don't worry. We're just gonna keep cooking that fat away and just continue making the pieces as small as you can. That makes it easier and smoother when we start eating it. Okay, while that's going, I am going to prep the tofu. Just gonna open it real quick, do a quick rinse, and then I'm going to cut it just on the board. just in half like that, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of bigger pieces because we can also always break it up if it's too big, but we don't want it too small because this is soft tofu, so it might break up in the pan, so it's quite fragile. Now let's get back to the pan. It's looking really good. Just move the meat around once in a while. Now we are going to add our soy sauce. So this is around 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce and light soy sauce as well. Move it around. Smelling yummy. Okay, now we can turn it down a little bit to around medium heat, and then we're gonna put our tofu in. So just arrange them on top. Actually, I'm going to put some meat on top of them, help them cook. It's like a little meat blanket. Now this version isn't as spicy as some of the other ones, but it will be appropriate for a family meal. Okay, so I think that's looking good. Now we're gonna cover it and we're gonna cook it for another 10 minutes or so. Okay, so we're just checking it after 10 minutes. At this point, you'll see the tofu kind of leaking a bit of water. That's actually a really good thing. That's our sauce. Now, if you really want it more saucy, you could add a bit of chicken broth. You know what? That's actually what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm just gonna add a bit of water on it, just a tiny bit, depending on how saucy you want it. And then I've got this chicken broth here. And then we're just gonna do maybe one teaspoon directly in there. Mix it up a little bit. Now be careful when you mix it because the tofu is really, really soft. It's that easy. When you're ready to eat, you can also add a bit of cilantro if you like that. My sauce is a little watery, so if you want it thicker, you can always add a slurry into it. And that is a mixture of cornstarch and a little bit of water. I think I'm gonna leave it as is today. So now I'm just gonna turn the heat off. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna wait until we're ready to eat. Try a bite. The meat. Take some tofu. I made mine extra spicy. Got a hot bowl of rice here. Yummy. It's so easy to make. Yummy. Would make that for me all the time. Pretty good, eh? Yeah. What do you think, baby?
Tofu.
Good tofu.